a fact because I got to be honest. It's not even that I think I'm that great of a farter. You just have the worst farts of any man I've ever seen. The fact that you're proud of these little that I can't even hear or smell, and you're like, oh, that's the greatest fart of all time. It's pretty sad. So I guess that's all I'm saying.
Is this really what you want to talk about on the air?
No, I didn't even know we were recording.
When I hit go,
I didn't know you hit go.
We're live. And this is a wrestling show.
You're too busy talking about how good your farts were.
I was saying nothing of the sort.
Well, I wish they were watching 5 minutes before this because all you were doing was like, you hear that? I'm like, no.
No, what happened was all fucking night while we're watching Raw, you're going ripping these elephant farts.
Mm-hmm.
And the last two that you ripped out there, I'm convinced you shit.
Nope.
I don't think there's any way you don't have poop in your pants right now.
You want me to pull my pants down and spread my cheeks and show the world my butthole?
Kinda. That'd be pretty funny. No, but I think we were at Buffalo Wild Wings one time, and Corey ripped this fart that was so nasty. And I was like, you need to wipe your ass and show me the toilet paper because you need to prove you didn't poop. And he did, and there was no poop. But, you know what I mean?
I know. I can feel my butt right now. There's no poop. That's how good I am, is I can make it seem like...
Dude, though it wasn't even that they were a little juicy. I heard poop.
No, you can't hear poop.
You can hear poop. If you don't think you can hear poop, I question your sentiments regarding everything. Not just the world of farting, competitive or otherwise. Welcome to WWE Raw Talks Live. What we do on this show is your favorite Dan and sit down. We watch Monday Night Raw before, obviously. We don't watch it live with you. And we cover it match by match, promo by promo, segment by segment. We review the whole thing for what is hopefully your viewing pleasure. Sometimes the artist starts talking about farts.
Look, you started the show without my knowledge, and that wasn't cool. They got a little sneak peek, behind-the-scenes look at what we really talk about in our everyday life. So... give me the goddamn brown gloves and let's get out of here.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Oh, dude.
If we're starting with our A story this week, which we always do, we always start with the most important part of the show.
We don't want to bury the lead.
First of all, before we talk about Raw, let's say thank you to the Dan Dans who have joined us in the chat so far.
You guys are great.
Jazz James in the room, the number one
always.
Dan Dan. D-Ray, go Yubari.
I don't know what that means, but we're happy here.
System says, nice shirt. And he called me Valo, which is an old message board name I went by years ago.
Fucking nerd.
Mm-hmm. That's why I changed it, because I was like, that's not my fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I list that as my name? That's not who I am. Alex Olson's in the room. He says, check his underwear.
I'll mail it to you personally, Alex Olson, but I'm definitely going to wipe my ass with it so you get like some shitty underwear.
And Gina says Ian's shirt with a purple heart, which I don't know if that's the war recommendation that she's trying to give me. You know, the medal that soldiers earn, the purple heart. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get injured in battle?
I most certainly did not.
Then it's not earned.
Tell me that ain't the dopest shirt of all time.
It's pretty dope.
I was at Hot Topic, and you know what? A lot of people shit on Hot Topic nowadays. They're just like, oh, did you get that at Hot Topic? I get like all my shirts at Hot Topic or online because you go in there and they have a lot of good shit. But since they're not the cool thing anymore, everybody wants to pretend that they don't have cool shit. But so, that's not the truth.
What is this, 1999?
I don't think Hot Topic existed in 99.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I just remember as a kid, as a young boy, I would go to the mall with my mom, and I was scared of Hot Topic because I thought it was full of Satan worshipers. Because it's got that font, and everyone in there's got like black hair with spikes and stuff, and then it's just like, man, we got to steer clear of that place.
I think the A story this week, we're going to have to cover the Seth Rollins, the entire Seth Rollins debacle.
The saga of Seth Rollins.
So let's just start with the beginning of the Seth Rollins nonsense. Shawn Michaels is in the ring tonight because the Heartbreak Kid makes an appearance. Coincidentally, they're in
Dallas, Texas,
which is right around the neighborhood where Shawn Michaels lives. So he's out there, and Shawn Michaels does the best thing on Raw this week was Shawn Michaels coming to the ring, stopping and eating some little boy's pizza,
That was so
and
good.
then heading back to the ring. And he's like doing his taunts and shit on the apron and in the ring, and you can see him like chewing the pizza that he took from that kid.
Mhm.
That was amazing.
How do you know that kid wasn't sick
He doesn't. He took a risk
with cold?
with cold. Sick with cold. You've been off your game today.
I don't think so. I think I've never been more on my game, to be honest.
Think so? So Shawn Michaels gets in the ring. He cuts a promo. Why don't you tell me about it?
He was basically, what was he talking about? He was talking about this upcoming pay-per-view this Sunday. We got Hell in a Cell. And he was talking shit on Seth Rollins. You know, Seth Rollins is facing Kane at Hell in a Cell. And Shawn Michaels doesn't think Seth Rollins is much as shit. But then Seth Rollins interrupts him.
He does.
And he was like, what are you doing? Like, you're supposed to come out here and introduce me. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
And
You're supposed to come out here and say that here comes the man.
Yeah.
And that's me.
right. But he didn't do that because he doesn't do what he's told. He does what he believes he should do, you know?
He said, for 20 years, they've been giving me instructions back there. And then I come out here and poof, it's gone.
Shawn Michaels is so great.
He
Best wrestling theme music in the world, in my opinion.
Well, see, Alex Olsen said earlier, he says that he hopes you sing another wrestler theme to him. This week.
I would never sing. I was not singing to you. I will not sing to you, but I will sing again at the right moment.
For anyone who wasn't with us last week and missed what Alex Olsen is talking about, Freelance Wrestling's Alex Olsen, Television's Alex Olsen, they're talking about this.
You look so good to me. Ooh, yeah, baby. I've got a special request here.
Two things. First thing is about that clip. I look really good in that clip.
So
Second thing, I'm looking really good this week. You know what I'm saying?
why are you so
I think
vain all of a sudden? That's very unbecoming of you.
that's not vain. Vain would be like, take that one down. I don't like it. This is being proud. I
That's
feel good.
vain as
I feel
fuck,
good.
dude.
I don't think so.
It's not to say don't look. Take that down. I don't look good. That's not vain because you don't want people to see you. You don't know the definition of vain.
Maybe you're right. And if you're right, you're right. But let's Google it.
But while you're Googling that, Shawn Michaels had one of the sickest...
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
What a funny thing. Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
Shawn Michaels had one of the sickest burns on Seth Rollins
Mm.
I've ever heard. If there were black people in the room, they would have been
Oh!
So he was like, he was talking about how, you know, you want to be the second coming of Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
In all my years, I never wanted to be the second coming of anyone.
Of anything.
I was too busy becoming the greatest wrestler in the world, or of all time, whatever. That was sick.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
That when he said that, I was like, "Ooh,
that
was a great
was a good
line."
burn.
So we've got Jace in the chat real quick at Chase Plays Games on Twitter. He says, "Can't spell vain without IAN."
It's a very good.
I like
point.
it though. I've needed a new gimmick.
That is a
I
very
became
good point.
stale. I became quite stale.
Oh God, I can't handle vain, Ian.
Oh, I think you got a lot of it coming, so you should get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of being vain, Gina wants you to sing directly into the camera at her and take your shirt off.
See, I would do that, but Olsen's gonna think I'm just singing to him, and I can't have that.
Well, just tell Olsen it's not to him and go ahead and do it.
I feel like my shirt comes off only for Monopoly matches. I gotta save that.
It's got to mean
It's
something.
gotta be special.
You can't dull
I'll
it
take
down.
this off.
Yeah. Take it off slowly. What are you doing? And look into the camera for Gina. I don't know if she's liking that.
I'm not good at seductive faces. It's
Seductive.
just weird, you know?
Is it weird? You feel weird when you try to be seductive?
Yeah, it doesn't fit me.
I'm going to get out. I'm going to give you the floor. And you give me the best seduction you can.
To you?
No, God damn it, to Gina.
Well, I thought like you're in the room. It's hard to like. I don't know.
So here, you give her.
Maybe if I oh, what about this? What if I
Yeah.
look over the glasses, and then just like imagine don't have a shirt under here.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, oh, like fucking.
okay, that got weird. That got weird real quick. We're gonna get a goddamn copyright strike for this bullshit.
Nah, that's not copyrighted.
Of course it is. WWE owns that shit. So we got a new Dan in the chat. Vertigo says, I didn't watch. Did they actually reunite? No, they did not.
Not really.
But that was the hook for tonight. So we would be foolish to not go with the hook that they set. You know?
yeah, you watch that. You want to watch till the end
Yeah.
because they don't want to watch. They don't want you to watch Monday Night Football. But then they fucked us at the end
They did.
because they're like,
So,
oh,
no, you know what? They didn't fuck us. They preserved this to use at the right time.
I preferred what they did because it would have been a waste.
So Shawn Michaels tells Seth Rollins, you can't go anywhere because you have a match right now with Ranbang.
Rinbin,
Random Banger.
Ryan Baxter.
His real name is Ryan.
Baxter?
No, Reeves.
Ryan Baxter would be the perfect name.
Dipper Pines is with us in the chat, a.k.a. Bart, and he says, I feel like shit.
I felt like shit yesterday and this morning.
Do you have any advice for Dipper Pines?
Just get some sleep. Maybe you'll feel better. Unless you have a depressing dream.
So Rollins and Ryback, that's the first match we're going to talk about tonight.
All right.
I really like these two together.
They
I don't
got
know
good
why.
chemistry.
Every time Rollins and Ryback have a match, I always find myself going like, this is good. I like these guys.
There's something like, because I think Ryback's he's big and hard hitting, but he's not like particularly slow like a lot of big guys are. He's a little slower than like Seth, but but then like they do that fucking where he does like the suplex, but he holds him up for
Delayed
like
vertical
10
suplex,
minutes, which is very impressive. But
Jace says, you just look like a creepy old man on chat roulette.
well, you guys asked for it, so
Oh,
that's
and
the difference.
by the way, Olsen said, you can sing to both of us. So you did just do that for Olsen a
No.
little bit.
I see that's my problem. Even if I tell him I'm not singing to him, he's just gonna pretend. But you know what? Fine. Enjoy.
You're like barely in the shot. Come in here.
Enjoy my singing, Olsen. But I just gotta let everybody know that it's not about you.
It was for Gina.
It's everybody else.
Not just for Gina.
Well, see, everyone's gonna enjoy it. So
I don't know. You saying I was vain? Jesus Christ. The WWE Network, I turned it on for the first time in a non-pay-per-view capacity in months today. I turned it on. And it was because I heard on my horrible message board, 616entertainment.proboards.com, where you can sign up but don't bother because it's a piece of shit, that they do a show called Table for Three. And they take three superstars that are out of character and they sit down and just have a conversation. I was like, ooh, I gotta watch this shit. And one of the episodes was about Intercontinental Champions, and they had Ryback, Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan. And it was so fucking funny because Daniel Bryan and Ziggler, every time, they reminded me a lot of me. Every time Ryback would stumble on a word or say something wrong, they would immediately jump all over him and make a joke out of the smallest little flub. And Daniel Bryan would just fabricate stories about Ryback and tell them like they were true. And I was like, that's what I do.
oh my gosh.
But everyone needs to watch that show. We're not sponsored by the WWE Network. You know what I'm saying? We're not
It'd be cool
sponsored
if
by
we were.
anyone. Yeah, I really would. That'd be pretty fucking dope. But we don't have any sponsors. So I'm just saying, for your own good, you should watch that show.
I gotta watch it.
I feel like your hair was a little unkempt a second ago, but I'm looking at it now, and it's looking good.
I fixed it while you weren't looking.
It's looking really good right now.
Thanks.
You can just do that out of nowhere?
Oh yeah.
Get a load of that. Get a load of that. Show that off to the camera.
I actually got to get a haircut.
No, dude, it's
Yeah,
looking dope
yeah.
as fuck right now.
No.
Yeah.
See, it gets. No, it's gotta.
What's the problem?
It's gotta
Describe
get a
the
little-
problem to me in detail.
Nothing. It's just a little unruly. Like
No, you know what you could do? You could go a little shorter
that's
here.
what I'm saying.
You could go a little shorter
That's what I'm
here, but I
saying.
like this.
That I try to do that.
Yeah.
Like the sides, they start to not look good. They like poof out a little bit, and it just, it just got to get a little more organized.
I think you're looking pretty good right now. In the chat, we've got Alex Olson saying Ryback, a.k.a. the man who ate all of catering, so HBK had to eat the kid's pizza.
Oh, that's what happened. And he
He's-
drank a soda, too.
He
on
did
his way
drink
out.
his soda. He was quite thirsty as well. He says Ryback is physically fast. He is a little slow mentally, which is probably why Ziggler and Daniel Bryan were bullying him.
He seems like a good man.
He might be.
He's a nice young man.
What a nice young man. So this is a pretty good, I thought it was a pretty good back and forth match. No one really dominated anything. Seth Rollins ends up winning, of course, with the pedigree. I gotta tell you, I don't like Seth Rollins' pedigree.
You don't think
A
he's-
lot of
he's
times-
good at it?
His technique, a lot of times, is just sloppy. Like he'll go after the arms and he's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where when Triple H does it,
He
like,
does it with
"Ugh."
purpose. Yeah.
Like with vigor, he grabs those arms.
Yeah.
With vigor.
Mhm.
Furious.
Right.
He's putting a lot of effort into it. Strength.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Abe Froman.
What did I think that announcer's name was tonight?
Terry Crews.
No. What's his name? Byron Saxton. I called him Abraham Desmond Abraham. I was like, what did he say? Desmond Abraham? What's his fucking name?
Remember what I called him?
Bryce Bryson.
If I was a wrestling commentator, that would be my name.
Bryce Bryson?
Bryce Bryson.
Hey, man, I mean, you got to go with what you got to go with. You know what I'm saying? If the Danans were curious about what I'm drinking tonight, which I know they are, this right here is a 24-ounce bottle of Aquafina water. But I don't just fuck around and drink water. Look at it. It's a little blurry down there. You got to put the lemon juice. You got to just eat the lemon juice.
You gotta get the lemon. You gotta straight up get the lemon.
You got to straight up get the lemon. Because you can't just be drinking this plain water. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's about drinking the right stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, Rollins Ryback was all right. His pedigree is lazy, but I understand they took his
curb stomp,
away from him.
which I don't.
And he had a different finisher for like 2 weeks.
He used
What
to
the
like
hell
one
was it?
time. I don't remember.
It was something kind of bullshit.
Was it like a DDT variation?
I think it was
or
kind of like
something?
a weird DDT. Gina says Pepsi Clear, which
I've never had Pepsi.
we weren't
Clear.
alive for. That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
But Pepsi Blue was a great drink.
Nope.
From the early 2000s, which was only a limited run. We covered last week. The artist said it was the greatest soda of all time.
I did not, and I said I hated it, and everybody's agreed with me.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're right. It's a matter of opinion.
It sure does.
It's a matter of opinion. So sticking with the Seth Rollins bullshit.
But don't say I like that shit. Garbage.
See, I think that's rude. Alex Olson says, bring back Pepsi Blue.
Alex Olson doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I think he knows. D-Ray says, oh, fuck Aquafina. D-Ray, you got to tell me what the problem with Aquafina is. No, you know what? I can partially get on his side because I've had Aquafina before that kind of tastes like metallic. It tastes a little bit like the end of a hose.
Aquafina is definitely just tap water. Aquafina is without a doubt just some guy in his
You stealing my dad's
yeah,
joke?
I didn't want to say it though.
My dad had a joke.
I didn't want it to be out from my words.
My dad had a joke where he was saying the bottled water industry is bullshit. And he goes, it's all the same thing. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's just some Jew in his garage with a hose. Which, is that ridiculous? Yes. Is it funny? Also yes.
But it's probably partially true. I think it's a fucking scam.
I don't think he's necessarily Jewish.
No.
I think he could be a hustler of any race or religion.
Right.
Or creed or consequences creed.
Whoa.
What if I poked your eyes out live in the air?
You'd be like the girl from Beetlejuice.
I was thinking more of the Three Stooges. Like, bonk. You know what I mean? Remember that scene in The Simpsons where they were talking about the Stooges sticking around too long and they were too old?
Yeah.
And Mo pokes Curly in the eyes and he's just like, he just dies. And Larry's like, "Oh, Mo, I don't think you should do that anymore. He's too old."
Yeah, you can't take it anymore.
So later on in the night, Seth is backstage with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Stephanie McMangus. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, Randy Orton's not here, and Dean and Roman need a partner."
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels is just like, "Why don't you put the man in there? He's the man. He can take it." And he was just like, "Well, he already wrestled tonight." Blah, blah, blah. So, and then Seth is just like, "I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. F you guys.
I'll do it.
So later, Renee goes, "We're going to have a Shield reunion tonight." And in your best Seth Rollins impression, what did he say?
He was like, no, now let's get one thing straight. This is not a Shield reunion. Basically what he said. He was like, I'm just doing this.
He's like, "I've smashed them before, and I'll smash them again."
Mm-hmm.
So
and then
that's
the actual match happened. Because that's like all the build-up.
yeah.
So the match happens, and they all get in the ring together. Everyone's the Wyatts come out, the reunited Shield comes out, and the Wyatts. We should note that Luke Harper was not there, but fucking Eric Rowan is back. Like, where the hell does that guy come from?
Well, hell is that?
Where was he this whole days? I don't know.
He's been gone for months, and
I
we've
know.
talked before, like months ago. We talked about. I think there was going to be like a the Wyatts needed a partner, and people were like, "You think it's going to be Rowan?" I was like, "No, they wouldn't do that to him again." And then I think Roman needed a partner. Roman and Dean needed a partner. It's like, "You think it's going to be Rowan?" And I was just like, maybe, but they already had him come back as a good guy against his former brother,
Right.
so I doubt it.
And then he like came as a heel, like reunited with Harper for a week.
But and then that fell apart. But the best thing is, it's Rowan, Bray, and Braun. Rowan, Bray, and Strowman. And they're out there and they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan is there for like 4 minutes, and then Michael Cole just goes, "Guys, is that Eric Rowan?"
He didn't even say that. He was like, "Guys, did you notice who was with? Who's that
in the white sheet mask? Is that?" It was just, oh yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, Eric Rowan?"
I don't give a shit. So we do get the Shield reuniting versus the Wyatts. Name of Eric, Bray, and Braun. Because Luke is a gone boy, just as Randy Orton is a gone boy.
He's a dead boy, but he'll come back from the dead.
Maybe. So I saw a lot of bitching on Twitter about how like, "You're gonna give away the Shield reunion for free on TV? What the fuck?"
All I saw on Twitter was a bunch of Star Wars fucking nerds.
That too, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyone with a brain knew that this was not going to be the Shield reunion.
Right.
Like a minute into the match, I'm like, "That's not going to help them."
No,
like
of course not. Why
it's
would he?
cool. Like it got a "This is awesome" chant of them just like standing in front of the Wyatts.
Right.
You
Just
know?
them together.
So they know that's a money idea, and they're not going to waste
Not
it.
on Raw.
It's
It
going
was just
to happen at like a Mania.
They just wanted to tease it. And like we did get that one moment where it was like Dean, Reigns, Rollins, and Orton. I think it was like a fatal four-way, I think.
Yeah.
Like, and then they all like power bombed Orton together. But then Roman and Ambrose turned.
Yeah, and that's different. That's
fun,
not them.
But it
being
wasn't.
A fucking
They weren't.
team.
They weren't in a tag team together. They were all on their own, which was cool.
D-Ray
well,
shouting at us.
I'm just kidding.
It says, hey, don't put down Star Wars. We'll talk about Star Wars in a minute.
But yeah, so they're all in the ring, and then I can't really remember. Did Rollins was he even involved in the match?
No, he didn't do anything.
Okay, so he was just on the
No,
side.
wait, because I think he pushed him aside, and he was like, "I start this deal.
Okay.
Like I'm the mastermind and I'm the champ. I start this deal." But I don't remember if he did anything. But if he did, he went out very quickly.
Very quickly.
And so the match goes on. Fun match.
It was all right. Yeah,
Not a whole lot of
it was.
stuff happens. Dean needs a tag.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be Dean, and I'm going for the tag, and you're Seth Rollins. I'm like, come on.
So and Seth Rollins, we're too close because we can obviously touch each other.
Well, we're working with what we
But
got.
Rollins is like, "Come on, brother, come on, tag me," and then he's just like, my knee. Like nothing happened to him at all. And then he walked away. Well, I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just like how absolutely nothing happened.
Who?
No, it isn't.
So I guess the Wyatts won by disqualification.
Yeah, because
because Braun got Roman in the standing arm triangle,
Mhm.
and Dean was like, "Fuck this shit," and he went out of the ring. He got a kendo stick and he started bashing at the big Braun boy,
hitting him like 15 times.
Mm.
Strowman took the thing and snapped it over his leg, and I don't care how that he hit him so many times, so hard that's got hurt, man.
I have a kendo stick over
And
there.
you've hit me in the butt more than once.
Should I do it live in the air?
No.
Are you sure?
We don't have enough room here.
Oh, I could just hit you.
How
in the arm.
about I hit you for once?
Why don't we hit each other? I'm all down for equality.
I don't think so.
I just said I was. I hit you and you hit me. What do you think?
Okay.
Cool.
And not in the butt though. That's
No, we'll do it on the
degrading.
arm.
That's degrading.
If there's enough room. See, like we do definitely have an issue with the room. Like
Here. Okay. Just do it right here.
well, if you could turn over here,
Oh,
I could
okay,
get
I
a
see.
better.
This is gonna fucking suck.
I know I hit you.
Like,
Well, see, we got D-Ray and Olsen in the room who are actual wrestlers who have taken these before, so they're gonna think we're a bunch of bitch ass.
I don't care. I'm a bitch.
How hard should
I don't want. I'm
out
not
of
a
10.
wrestler. I don't want to get hit.
out of 10?
Like a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, medium.
That's like a 5.
That was my bad. I'm gonna bruise.
I don't think you'll bruise.
Yeah, I'm a bruiser boy.
Here, I'll come sit down. You can give me one.
Hold on. I gotta get some distance. I don't have enough room. Just swing.
Don't hit my face.
Right in the nose.
Ow.
Gonna break your nose. How hard?
Well, get me up a little bit. That's more meaty right there.
All right.
Well, don't hit my
I don't want to
face.
hit your shoulder.
Give me as hard as I hit you.
All right. That was
No, that was nothing.
I don't want to overdo it. I'm trying to.
That was all right. We don't have enough room. We're gonna do this when we have enough room,
I just
and
see,
we can wallop.
This
each
is
other.
why I could never be a wrestler or a fighter.
'Cause you
is
care
I don't
too much.
have the killer instinct in me,
Mm.
and I'm always pulling my punches.
Yeah.
And I'm always pulling my.
You're
hand
always
motion.
pulling your punches. Who are you punching all the time?
When I, you know,
I don't know.
figuratively.
I don't feel like you pull your punches verbally.
Oh, I do. Just imagine like how shitty I can be.
I've seen you get pretty
I could be
shitty.
worse.
You're like out of the shot again. Why? How do you keep winding up like out of the
Because
shot?
you don't give me room.
I give you plenty of room. I set this shot up so it's completely equal.
You're like sharing the bed with a dog who's this big but takes up this much room in the bed. That's what I feel like.
Roman.
Roman.
There's too many Rowans, Strowmans, and Romans.
Ambrose.
What about them?
Rollins.
What about them?
What do you want to say about this?
See, D-Ray says those were weak. I'm kind of disappointed. It's because we don't really have a lot of room here.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take a way harder shot than that.
I took a fucking
I hit you with like a 7 on the butt.
and I took like a really bad chop from Castro.
Your breath stinks. You want a piece of gum?
I was eating food.
It doesn't smell like food.
What's
though.
it smell like?
Bad. It smells like dad mouth.
Maybe I have a kid somewhere that I don't know about.
You want this gum?
Sure. No, not that one.
I said this gum.
I thought you meant where it came from.
I pointed at my mouth.
I thought you meant like this kind.
Chew this gum.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Chew it for the good of the show.
No. I'm not going to do that.
No.
No.
What if I gave you $5?
Nope.
What if I soak
Get
it?
the fuck out!
Roman had a great dive at one point over the top rope, cleared it by a mile. It was a great dive.
Mhm.
Now you're self-conscious under your breath. It's okay. I just wanted to point it out. You know what I mean?
I won't talk in your face.
It's kind of hard when we're sitting right next to each other to not do that. Because I notice I talk to you much more than I talk to the camera.
Mhm.
That's because you and I are having a conversation. You know what I mean? And I would hope if my breath stinks, you'd be like, yo, your breath stinks.
I would.
You know what I mean? System says, why did you just have a kendo stick laying around?
Why not?
I bought it at a flea market in like 2007. How are you gonna see a kendo stick at a flea market and not buy it? I think I paid like $15.
I
for it.
agree. That's an unpassable.
That's how I got this shirt. I was just like, yo, how are you gonna see a Courage shirt and you're not gonna buy it? You know what I mean?
Mm,
Roman's dive was pretty dope.
it was, and he's a big man. Dude,
He's a super big
to
man.
get that high above
Mm-hmm.
everything.
The B story. Let's talk about Cena and the Dudleys versus the New Day.
I love it.
I love that Xavier was wrestling tonight.
I know, because I wonder. Like I asked you during this match, I wonder how he feels being the hype man
Mm-hmm.
and never getting to wrestle. Because I'm sure it's his passion to wrestle. But I also think he's a good man. He's a
good
team
one.
player, and he knows his role, and he wants to excel at whatever's best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's a sport about it. But for matches like this, he gets to wrestle, and he doesn't wrestle, but he always gets killed to the tables, which happened
He
again.
killed to the table.
Through.
Bubba Ray Dudley is so fucking loud with everything that he does.
I know.
When he's in the
Awesome.
ring, he talks like this. When he's on the ring apron, he
He's-
doesn't just clap for his opponent. He stomps on the goddamn stairs.
And it's like bouncing. I love it though.
He's just I don't love it. He's just a loud man.
I do. You got to get loud.
Yeah.
You got to just need the loudness. What?
Just your technique there was a little strange. I'm not saying one way or the other whether you should not do it.
Where did you get all this gum, man?
You want the real story?
Yeah.
I was about to make a joke. You know that Taco Bell commercial that's going around? Where'd you get that gold PS4 anyway? Well, I met this guy, Mickey Two Hands, and they had all this gold shit, and they dunked it in there. And then that really dopey kid who looks like a fucking pimple is like, really? Because I heard you can like get it at Taco Bell. That commercial sucks so bad. But the true story about where I got all this gum was, I think my brother stole a big crate of Fruit Stripe gum. And I was like, yo, let me get some of that Fruit Stripe. And he was just like, hell nah, dog. That's Fruit Stripe. I can't be giving it away. You didn't make it in the garbage, but you made it in the box next to the
That's
garbage.
pretty cool, right?
So I kept saying, yo, let me get some of that Fruit Stripe. He kept saying, nah. And eventually, I just stole it all.
Everything?
So
I
now-
think I have some of that gum.
I think I gave you a couple packs because I'm like Robin Hood. I wanted to share the wealth. You know what I mean? I don't look as good in tights as Robin Hood would,
Mhm.
but you know what I'm saying, Carrie Ellis style.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, when you get all that Fruit Stripe, you got to share it. That's why the people like me, because when I get some, I give it to everyone.
Yeah.
But the New Day pulls out the win, which makes me happy. Because anytime the New Day win, we all win.
Yep.
We all win. Because the New Day are men of the people, just like me. You know? And I think this is 2 matches in a row the New Day have won over the Dudley Boyz, and I think it was both times Xavier got the pin.
I like that.
Jay says Fruit Stripe is basically currency.
He's right. I want to talk about them coming out though, because they had another good opening.
They most certainly did.
They were talking about the Dallas Cowboys getting the cheap heat, you know, talking shit about Des Bryant and Tony Romo both being booty. Their shoulder, his clavicle
Des Bryant's
is
foot
booty.
is booty.
Des Bryant's foot is booty.
Mm-hmm.
They're just booty team in general. And then Kofi was gonna rhyme something with ass. The brass.
Whoa, whoa,
of,
whoa! PG show.
and he goes, PG show.
He questioned it.
Like,
He questioned
never
whether
knew,
it
he
was a
didn't know it was
PG show.
And he goes, but screw that, we're the New Day, ass. Like he just, like it was the most badass thing in the world. to say.
And that's so cool because it shows that, like, it doesn't show that. It's just to the audience. It's like, whoa, they got some stroke around
no,
here.
yeah, guys say that all
Yeah.
the time.
But it's just fun that those guys are able to do it.
Well, and
We should do a Fruit Stripe unboxing video.
we'll do it right now.
No. Okay. We'll do a video specifically for that. But see, if you use your technique the right way, you can bite it into different pieces. You know what I mean? Check it out. This piece is not agreeing with that.
Just shove it in there.
You just got to straight up shove it in there.
Shove more in your face.
Tell me a little bit about the match. We can't do the gum bit again. 2
No.
weeks in a row.
It was good. I always like it's always fun with the New Day in there. And then with the Dudley Boyz and John Cena. John Cena, the Dudley Boyz, the New Day, it's like the most fun thing people to watch right now
I agree.
in the company. The match was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic, but I enjoyed it. They did still. I always bring this up, but one of my favorite things is the corner spot where they just keep tagging each other in. And with 3 men, it's even worse than with the 2 men.
The triple stomps all night. Jace says Fruit Stripe is certainly not booty, and he's definitely right about that.
You're goddamn right, Jace.
D-Ray says Fruit Stripes on a pole Monopoly match. How the fuck would that work? Because Monopoly, you win by having your opponents go bankrupt. You win an on the pole match by climbing up the pole and getting what's on the pole.
Maybe there's a Monopoly board on top of the pole, and 2 people have to climb it and then play Monopoly on top of it, on top of the pole. But where does the Fruit Stripe come in?
No, how tall is this fucking pole?
It's like 12 feet.
D-Ray, you're going to have to explain this because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I think your idea was booty. That's not going to work.
I think you're crazy. I think it's the best idea ever.
Xavier gets put through the table.
It died.
They give him the power bomb off the corner through the table, and they pan over to Kofi and Big E, who are on the ramp.
Oh my god!
Big E is face down on the floor.
Both of them.
No, Kofi was at least like looking up, like, "Wow, could you do it?"
But they were both like laying stomach
and
down.
Big
on
E
the
is
floor.
just face down on the floor.
Oh my gosh! But they weren't willing to help him.
No,
they're like on they're on the ramp and they're getting ready to fuck him up, and they're like, "Oh no!"
When they were
like,
setting
why
up
don't you
the
just help
table,
him?
when they were setting up the table, you could hear Kofi going, "Don't! You made your point." They really didn't want him to get put through that table. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to see it. I love that man.
Before we go any further, why don't we talk about this new Star Wars trailer?
All right. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck nerds who like Star Wars. I'm not a nerd. I like wrestling and football. And space sucks. There, I said it. Someone had to.
Well, is that it? Is that all you want to talk about?
You can say what you wanted to say.
I think you summed it up.
Oh, you feel the same way?
No, I feel completely different, but
Well, then say your piece.
Star Wars trailer came out during Monday Night Football. We obviously did not watch Monday Night Football. We were watching WWE Raw. So, if the Danans don't know, I'm not a Star Wars guy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, just a couple months ago, I was like, yo, I need to watch the original trilogy again.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen them since I was a kid, and even then, pretty sure I'd just seen bits and pieces. So let's go through the first original trilogy. D-Ray says that you guys have heat.
Bring it, man.
So I don't think you want to do that. I think he's a ball of fire. I think you're going to explode like Liu Kang's fatality from Mortal Kombat 3.
When I'm defending my hate of Star Wars, no one wants
Who's
to.
up there? Who are you talking to up there?
I'm just like, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm feeling it.
So, I'm not a Star Wars guy. I don't have anything against Star Wars. I'm just not like, oh, new Star Wars movie, you know?
Right.
So we watched the original trilogy, and they were fine. They didn't blow me away or anything. They were pretty good, though.
Terrible. Garbage.
They were pretty good. And I was like, we got to watch the prequel trilogy, too, because we need to have the full knowledge. And you're like, I don't want to do that. I was like, but we need to have all of it. We need to have all of this information. So when these conversations come up, we can be a part of them. We can be knowledgeable on the subject. And you're like, if we have to. So I didn't own those Blu-rays. I borrowed them from work. I then took those Blu-rays after watching the original trilogy and brought them back. Because I'm not watching those prequels. I was like, I should know about these things. But then when I thought about how long that was going to take in all 3 of those movies, and the fact that none of them are good, I'm like, I've got other shit I'd rather do. So,
Yeah,
so later, like, I'm not going to watch those movies. But so We watch the trailer. It ends. And I go, yo, I'm not a Star Wars guy. That trailer was fucking dope.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yo, our shot is so fucked up tonight. Look how far over we are. We're usually like,
Why do you got the camera twisted like that?
we're usually like over there. You know what I
Wilson
mean?
said, "Artist, would you rather watch Star Wars or drink a gallon of Pepsi Blue?" That sounds like the worst nightmare I could possibly imagine.
Mm. What would you rather do?
I feel like the Pepsi Blue would be over quicker.
You really think so?
Yeah, Star Wars is like 12 hours.
Yeah, but that sugar is gonna weigh on your belly so hard.
I'll just throw it up. There's no rules about throwing up.
But you still have to down it all.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's what just came out of your mouth. So D-Ray says, I'm leaving now because you don't like Star Wars.
Have fun watching your dumb kid movies.
Jay says, whoa, 3 is the best. Are you talking about episode 3 or the 6th one? You know what I mean?
I think he means...
If he thinks
Episode 3.
episode 3 is the best Star Wars, I think he's out of his fucking mind. Because I've seen episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 friends named of Matt and Danny, who I grew up with these kids, and I was never a Star Wars guy even growing up, and they brought over episode 3. That's the one with the fucking asshole with the 9 arms, and he's got 9 lightsabers,
I
right?
think he's in more than just that one, but I don't know.
Well, he was fighting someone, and they were just like, whoa, and I was just like, this shit is stupid. Like, even as a kid, I was like, this sucks. This is really bad. But if he thinks episode 3 is the best Star Wars movie, I mean, he said 3, not 6. Whoa, man. See, you know, like,
yeah, but
your knee is here, and I keep touching it.
But I touch it. I don't care.
I don't want to do it.
But episode 6 is the 3rd movie that came out, so
Mhm.
you can see our confusion. Ass.
You got heat with everyone tonight.
Bring it. I'm a heat man,
You're a heat man.
like the Mega Man villain.
Jason knows a
Heat
thing
man.
or two about Mega Man.
Do ya?
I watched him play Mega Man for like 2 hours one time.
How many of the Mega Mans have you beat?
All of them.
How many games? Really?
He beat the whole classic collection. He streamed it live in case you don't believe it.
That's figures. He likes Star Wars, so he's a fucking nerd. So
D-Ray says General Grievous fighting Obi-Wan. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking of. And
Yeah,
that shit
General
was dumb
Grievous.
as fuck. But the episode 7 trailer looked fucking phenomenal. It did. I might go see it because I have friends who are into Star Wars, and that could be a fun thing to do.
Mhm.
I'm all about doing fun stuff. You know what I mean? Since last week.
you're gonna see it opening night.
Fuck no, that shit's probably sold out 2 years ago.
They just went on sale today.
It's sold out, I guarantee it. I guarantee the websites are probably broken. No one who wants the tickets is getting them.
Oh, somebody did.
No one's going to be able to see it now.
How do you think shit works, ass?
You're mean today.
I just want to punch you.
Gina says, I have to dip early, guys. Fun as always. I think you scared her away with your negative talk about Star Wars.
If you can't handle this shit, don't come here. We don't want you. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck nerds. Fuck wrestling. Just go to hell. All of you.
You got so much hate tonight. Jay says, haha, I love Star Wars. I love the Star Wars world and setting more than the actual... He loves the world and setting more than the actual movies. KOTOR is the best Star Wars products ever. D-Ray says tickets went on sale tonight and the website's crashed.
Good. I hope everyone who wants to see that movie never sees it.
I hope next time they release a Star Wars movie, it doesn't crash when you try to use it. It's like an online game. You know what I mean? I was making a joke. Okay, before we talk more about wrestling, they played that commercial about that fucking cereal, Crave. You know, where it's like
The chocolate in the middle.
Yeah, it's like the what do they call those? He's like the wheat square, and then the chocolate's inside it. He doesn't have any chocolate inside of him, and he's in bed, and the chocolate sneaks under his bed and goes, and it wakes him up, and he goes to put his feet into his slippers because they're right there next to his bed, and the chocolate bites his fucking feet off, and then it eats him whole.
Mm-hmm.
So these little chocolate men,
they bite him piece by piece. They like
these
chew
little
up.
chocolate men murdered this wheat man.
Yeah, and then Nurse eats the baby Pop-Tart every week.
I'm not talking about that.
I'm just saying.
Every week on Raw. Just because they show the commercial doesn't mean it's on Raw. But here's what I took away from that Crave cereal commercial is if you go to bed at night and you make sure your slippers are right there at the edge of your bed, so you wake up in the morning and you wipe the fucking sleep out of your eyes, you put your feet over the bed and they go right into your slippers before you walk away, we can't hang out. We cannot hang out. Lose my number if you put your slippers at the edge of the fucking bed so you wake up and they slip right into them like goddamn Cinderella so you can trollop on through your day.
That's the most...
Lose my number.
That is the most irrational, dumb shit to get upset about.
I don't think so.
What if the person doesn't have heat and their bedroom floor is made of tile?
Well, if they don't have heat, they can just invite you over because you've got fucking X-Pac.
Well, you want to burn their house down and be like, yeah, how is this for heat? Your feet are, I bet your feet are fucking warm now. You want everyone who does that to die. And that's why you said you're happy that chocolate man died because he did that and he deserved it.
I think there's a major misunderstanding happening right now.
I want to throw things, but this isn't my house and that'd be rude.
All I'm saying.
Why? What's your fucking problem?
I think you're a namby-pamby fucking nerd if you put your slippers at the edge of the bed.
You're an asshole.
Or if you wear a fucking robe before you get into bed. You know who used to wear a fucking robe? Bathroom Money Tim Ewers, a.k.a. the Moon Man. I would go over to his house and sleep over. He would sleep over at my house. This kid wore fucking robes. Are you Ric Flair? Are you Ric Flair? No. So take your fucking robe off, ass. Because there's no robes allowed in my friend zone.
And how old was he?
Like 10.
Just imagine that picture of Tim when he's like 10. He's like, and that kid wearing a fucking robe.
That's not the kid that wore the robe.
That's the funniest image in my head.
He wore, and you know what else he used to do? He used to call dinner supper.
What an asshole.
He used to drive me crazy.
Now this, I didn't know any of this about his past. I don't know if we can have him on a podcast.
Maybe we'll have him on tomorrow.
All right.
We got Kevin Owens versus Mark Henry.
Mark Henry sucks. He's never won a match in his life.
Former world champion.
Not that I've ever seen, and what I see is the only thing that exists in my world. You know. And
what else?
Kevin Owens what is it called? Pop-up powerbomb. Mark Henry, and it looked real good.
It looked pretty good. I was happy about that because I wasn't really looking at the screen. And I heard, wow, he hit the pop-up powerbomb of Mark Henry. And I was like, there's no way this isn't going to look like shit.
They replayed it.
We saw the slow-mo replay, and they were like, the strength of Kevin Owens. More like the athletic ability of Mark Henry. For him to be able to jump that high and not just crush him like fucking Yokozuna.
Yeah.
I missed something earlier. D-Ray did indeed describe his Monopoly match. He says, you have to eliminate your opponents to climb the pole to win the fruit stripe. No title on the line, just the fruit stripe. So basically the winner of Monopoly gets the gum. So basically you just have to win the Monopoly game and then you can climb the pole. Question.
That doesn't make any sense.
Sure it does. He made the rules. You understand, right? You win the match and then you're allowed to climb the pole and get the gum.
And so if you can't climb the pole, you just don't get the gum?
That's where I'm going with this. If you win and can't climb the pole, what do you do now?
Here's my suggestion. If you can't get the pole, the gum stays there and you are now eliminated from the next Monopoly match. You can't partake. The losers of the match can possibly repartake. So it's a risk if you win, because if you can't climb that pole, if you can't climb the pole, Just stay out of the fucking match because you're wasting everybody's time. Okay?
Should there be like a physical fitness test before you can even enter
No.
the game?
No. We're
Because
taking
I'm gonna
your
be the
word
fuck
for
honest
it.
now. The 616 Entertainment Monopoly World Champion Michael Thomas Robinson don't have much faith he can climb a pole.
There's out of all the the current and former Monopoly champions, I'm not sure any of those could climb a pole.
Of the champions,
Yeah,
definitely not.
I don't think any of us could.
Out of every competitor we've ever had, I think the people who have the best shot at climbing the pole, I think Fierce can do it no problem.
Fierce could definitely do it.
Um,
I think Matt Nix could probably do it.
he could definitely do it.
Do you think D-Ray could do it?
There's a strong possibility.
There's a chance he might not, but I think I'm put my money on D-Ray could do it.
I think he'd be able to do it. But see, the common factor
What about
tying all of these things together is everyone who's able to do it is an athlete.
Well, I'm gonna throw a name out there that I think is a dark horse pick, but I think can do it is Amanda
Yoga.
Levine. I think
She's in
she
very
could
good
totally
shape.
Do it,
She yogas every day.
and she's light.
Oh, she could shimmy up that thing like
Yeah,
a fucking...
she could do it.
Yeah.
But now that we've talked about who could climb a pole,
We've got Ziggler, Cesaro, Neville versus Rusev, Barrett, and Sheamus. And when Barrett's music hit, how many times I got to tell you about this elbow being in my face? I don't like this elbow in my face like that.
suck a
Barrett's...
lemon.
What's that?
That's suck a lemon.
I would. I love lemons. So, you trying to fart?
No, I was saying that's gross.
You did a shot of lemon juice
And
the
it
other
was
night.
awful. It was awful.
I actually have footage of it. No one's ever seen that footage. But they're going to now.
Why are you wasting all my lemon juice? What are you doing?
You told me to do this.
What did I tell you to do?
I don't want to do it.
What did I tell you to do?
You said you'd pay me for drinking lemon juice, and then you put it in a cup and said I'm not paying you shit. But it's already poured, so it can't go back in the bottle.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
I didn't get it all. Wasn't that bad.
It's all right.
It was more sweet than sour, to be honest.
It's not very good lemon juice.
It was pretty sour, though.
It's one or the other.
That was very sour, actually. I kind of feel it in my stomach.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, but that wasn't that great of that footage.
That was pretty good. So Barrett's music hits and the audience doesn't care at all because nobody fucking cares about Barrett.
Crickets. Crickets, I tell you.
They've completely ruined this angle with Rusev and Lana and Ziggler and Summer because they felt the need to bring real life into it for some reason. If anyone... Okay, so TMZ picked up the story that Rusev and Lana got real life engaged.
Right.
If anyone was watching Raw and was just like, hey, wait a minute. How come Rusev is still with Summer?
Mm-hmm.
We got bamboozled. Anyone who likes that should not only lose my number, but they should lose their cable subscription. And they should not be allowed to watch wrestling anymore. Because the real world and fucking wrestling storylines do not intertwine like this.
Yeah, but I think the WWE is kind of stuck in this world where they're like stuck between fully embracing the fiction and still keeping the idea that it's real. They're stuck in between this, you know? So they're like, well, now that people know, we can't just pretend like that didn't happen. It's on Twitter. And like the thing is like Rusev fucking like tweets in character. And
which
so,
I love.
Like, but like if it's tweeted, it's like, well, Twitter is like it's our characters tweeting. So when they tweet, it's gotta like I think they're stuck in this mentality where they don't want to go full fiction, full fake.
But it is.
I know, but I'm saying that that's the problem.
Well, that's their problem. They should get over it.
Right?
Neville
I
had
don't
a
know why
sweet
you're
dive.
mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about anything. What the fuck? Neville had a sweet dive at one point.
What else is new?
All those boys were outside the ring, and he normally does his running like jump, twist, goddamn gimmick over the top rope.
Mhm.
But this time he jumped, springboard off the top rope, big flip onto the
That's so
outside.
impressive because that's so like the balance
Mhm.
that it must take. But he's a light, airy flying boy. So if anyone could do it,
What is he?
a light fly boy.
A light, airy, fly boy. That should be on his Wikipedia. Someone go edit Neville's Wikipedia right now, and under the description or his bio, write light, airy, fly boy. And change his photo of the artist. That face, too. You look like Popeye got stepped on.
Shut up, ass.
Who won this match? Oh,
The
Ziggler
bad
got
guys.
kicked with the bro.
No, it was Neville, I think.
No, Ziggler.
Oh.
Neville just did the dive.
It
Ziggler
was
got
Neville,
pinned by
yeah.
Barrett
Or it was
after
Ziggler,
he got
you're right.
brogued.
Yeah.
So what we haven't talked about tonight are the two Divas matches. I didn't take notes about the second one. It was Brie versus Charlotte.
Yeah,
It was all right.
it was fine.
Brie was looking real nice like she always does.
Paige was looking real nice watching.
Oh, god damn. Can we talk about Paige?
Yeah.
Like, they cut to Paige backstage and we see her, and you were just like, oh. Like,
I don't sound like that.
that's what you did. That's what you did. Tell me what you did.
I was just like, ooh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It was more primal.
Have to agree to disagree, I guess. But yeah, she looks great. I don't know what else to say.
All right.
I've said it all before. These ladies are very pretty. And I like looking at them.
What about that video we watched with the kids saying shit?
That was so funny.
And the dad is saying to his like little tiny daughter,
Mhm.
who's probably like 5 or 6, and he was
Maybe
just like,
younger.
no boyfriends. And she
She's-
was just like, ha 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 ha. And he's like, say it. I won't have any. You won't have any what? You gotta tell me no boyfriends. And she just goes, but I just want to look at him though. And it's like, well, yeah, I guess that's fair.
That's so funny.
You know what I'm saying? So Charlotte makes Brie tap with the figure 8.
Yeah.
Moving on. Nikki and Alicia versus Sasha and Naomi. Sasha's very colorful. She got red eye
hair,
makeup. She got fucking pinkish hair.
blue.
She got
stuff.
blue gear. She got colors for days.
And she's got some color in her skin.
She got some sweet caramel
She's
skin.
not. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
do.
I ain't mad at her.
No,
I'm just saying.
no.
She's got a lot of colors. She's about as colorful as this goddamn fruit stripe here. What if they sponsored the show?
They don't exist. They don't have enough money to sponsor. Who makes fruit stripe gum?
I think fruit stripe is their own shit. Don't
Yeah.
tell me. I don't want to know.
there's got to be
I want it to forever remain a mystery.
there's got to be a larger company. They can't support themselves off this garbage.
How do you know? I got a whole bunch of it. I've been
Because
keeping it afloat.
where have you seen fruit stripe gum other than your brother's house in the last 10 years?
I haven't left the country in a while.
Should I ask Siri? Who makes fruit stripe gum? Let's go to the wiki.
Why is your volume so low?
I don't know. I was watching porn. Fruit stripe is an artificially and naturally flavored chewing gum, notorious for its strong but fleeting flavor. How true is that? It proudly claims to be the only gum with painted on stripes and is packaged in zebra-striped temporary tattoos. Let's see.
Boring!
History. Farley's and Sather's merged with Ferrara Pan 2012, forming the Ferrara Candy Company. Ferrara Candy Company makes that. So they got all sorts of different candies. Never heard of them.
The only thing we haven't really covered tonight is because I don't want to talk
Oh,
about.
we didn't talk the Owens versus Mark Henry match. It looked like Owens broke his fucking nose.
Henry grabbed him, went to throw him in the ring. Got a loose thread there.
If you want to destroy my sweater, pull the string as I walk away.
Well, I gotta get a better grip, fucking Weezer. Hold on. Okay, hold up. It's so hard. I think the move is to like wrap it
It's
around.
too tight.
Go. Ow!
Shit.
That cut the shit out of me.
Did it really?
Now I'm dead.
That's not. You're a babe.
I'm a babe?
No.
I'm a babe.
I'm in trouble.
Whoa!
Cut my
I mean,
eyes
I was feeling good before, but you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
hurt my eye.
You look like Jim Carrey.
When did that happen?
And Pet Detective with Finkel as Einhorn, and then he cuts his tongue off and he burns his clothes and he's naked in the shower. You know what I'm saying?
Just a man.
Do you remember in that fucking movie when he gets in that little like inflatable pontoon boat that's at the dock, and then like he's having trouble getting into it, but then he gets into it and he takes out this little fan. It's like this big, and he puts it in the water and it moves the whole fucking boat. And then he parks it at the dock like 2 feet away and gets up and walks away.
Is that in the first one?
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't
only one that
remember
we're
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
The second one doesn't exist.
I liked it as a kid, but
I walked out of
probably
the second one in the theaters as a kid.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Taste at all ages.
Why are you so bitter?
Because my gum's out of flavor.
There's more right there.
We can't have a recreation of last week.
Alex Olsen says, I won't name the company that owns it, but it's based in Illinois.
I named it already. Too late.
Well, he said that before. D-Ray says, I'll just destroy it and get you a Star Wars shirt to replace it. Ooh.
What? Destroy what?
Your sweater, ass.
Oh my! I forgot I sang with you. I'll wear it, and then I'll just put a mark up. I'll just write something of my own that says "suck," so it's a Star Wars sucks. Suck my dick. That's what it'll say.
What kind of shirt is this?
It's long sleeve.
On the screen, it looks like a Christmas sweater.
It's not.
I know. Over
It's got
here,
like a road sign on it.
see, even to the Dan-Dans, it doesn't look like a Christmas sweater because on our thing, we have a black box that's obstructing my view.
It says "you."
No, it doesn't. Oh, the black box does. Alex Olsen says the company that makes the fruit stripe gum makes lemon heads, now and later's Juji Fruit Red Hots. Let's talk about now and later's.
All those
Now and later's suck.
they're not very good.
They suck.
All those candies suck.
My mom liked them growing up, and I was just like, lemon heads, trash.
All these candies
Trash.
suck.
Juji Fruit, those only exist in the Seinfeld universe.
No, my mom gets those.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and they're terrible. They're like gummy candy that like will
And they're
pull your
hard.
fucking teeth out of your head.
Yeah.
It's like you bite it and then you open your mouth and all your teeth just fall out.
When you were a kid, or now because they're still around, did you ever take a Jolly Rancher and bite down on it
Yeah,
as
I
hard
think
as you
so.
can, and then you try to undo your jaws and it's stuck together,
Mhm.
and then eventually it cracks and you get your jaws apart? I was always convinced that I would do that, and like some of my teeth would come out, like they'd pull it right out of my fucking skull.
We got a comment on the last candy on that list, Red Hots.
Mm.
Any cinnamon candy, please just die and burn in hell with your red hot cinnamon flavor. I don't want you in my life, in my face. I don't want to smell it. Cinnamon gum is okay because gum is supposed to be minty like that. And like it can have those kinds of flavors. I don't want those candies. What are the big ones? Fireballs or whatever? Fuck them. My mom, one time, she had jelly beans, like Jelly Bellies, and she was like, "Oh, try this cherry jelly bean." And I ate it, and it was cinnamon, and I spit it in her face.
Why do you hate cinnamon candies?
It's terrible.
It's
not what I want in candy.
Jazz James says now and later's are a candy you should not fuck with. Now, is he saying that coming from a place of now and laters will fuck you up if you start some shit? Or is he just saying don't fucks with that? You know what I'm saying? Just leave him alone.
We have to, yeah, he has to say it.
You're getting lit up on Tinder.
Shut up. It's probably spam accounts.
You think so?
Yeah, look at this.
You're getting 3 in a row. What's her name?
Ella.
Let's check her out live in the air. This is a first. We're checking.
She asked me why I was on Tinder. I was like, I'm just looking for someone to watch Toy Story with.
Yo, because that was our bit.
But I don't think, yes.
What'd she say?
I'm looking to hook up. I have a boyfriend who can't have sex with me because of his erectile dysfunction. Can we talk over email? Is much better if he does not find out. Then she gives me her email. Send me an email and we'll get this going. I wasted my Toy Story line on a spam bot.
That means you can just use it again.
I know. I'll
But
use it on
now,
everybody.
if any of the girls are watching who would come across you on Tinder, they're going to start with, hey, you want to watch Toy Story?
They're going to start with that?
Yeah, and they're going to take your line away.
And I'll just say, let's watch all of them.
That might be overstepping it a bit.
No, marathons.
See, now, I've met some girls that I'd like to watch Toy Story with, but some of those same girls, I would find out quickly that I don't want to watch Toy Story 2 and 3 with them. You know what I mean?
If you're talking through the movie, shut the fuck up.
We're not talking.
Like, let's watch Toy Story. If we're gonna watch it, let's not like this Toy Story and chill bullshit. Like that's supposed to be like a sex thing nowadays. I want some fucking Toy Story and popcorn. And shut the fuck up.
So wait, no, sex is not an option. You're saying?
Maybe after, but the Toy Stories must happen.
And consecutively?
I don't care.
So you can watch Toy Story on Monday. Tuesday you watch Toy Story 2. Wednesday you watch Toy Story 3. Thursday is when you guys can finally talk to each other.
We can talk in between the movies.
For how long? How much time are you giving them?
Like 30 minutes intermission. And on to the next one.
Are bathroom breaks like inside of that 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So there's less time to talk? Or do you talk through the door?
You could go through the... I mean, if she wants, but she could go to the bathroom during the movie, too. That doesn't disturb me.
Are you going to pause
She
it?
just doesn't know. No. But don't walk in front of me.
It was one of my favorite conversations we've ever had on this show. Alex Wilson says some girl is going to open with, you want to watch Star Wars?
I'm block. And when you block someone, it's like, why did you block them? And it's like inappropriate message.
We didn't talk about the intro, so we're going to talk about the intro of the show. Dan, if there's any things you want us to talk about, put them in the chat now. We'll hang out for another 5 to 10 minutes after the wrestling talk. We've been talking mostly not about wrestling tonight anyway, but that's better because that's what I would rather talk about. You know what I'm saying? So put your questions, comments, concerns, topics, and whatnot in there. We opened the show tonight with a familiar glass shatter.
Yeah. Who thought this was going to happen? Not me.
I did because they said it was going to happen.
Oh, I don't pay attention to what they say beforehand.
Give me your best impression of Stone Cold's theme music.
I don't know. I can't.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I can hear it.
Commit. I'm ready.
I can hear it in my head, but I'm not like. I don't know it by heart. See, it's like going into Seth Rollins. See, I don't know where it goes after that first initial like riff.
Before we move on,
give me yours.
No, I just want to hear yours. I know it by heart, so it's not fair.
I want to know what it is, though.
Austin seemed a little rushed, maybe a little nervous tonight. He came out and he gets on the mic. He doesn't really give the fans any time to cool down. He went out there and he was immediately just like, oh, it's good to be back in Dallas, Texas. When they built this arena, they shipped in me and the most electrifying man in sports entertainment to tear the sumbitch down. If you're ready for Raw, give me a hell. He was going bam, bam, bam.
He
bam,
was
bam,
going
bam.
quick. I don't know if he was nervous, but yeah, that was. I bet. You know what? I bet they told him to like get through it.
Yeah, but
because-
he can do whatever he wants. He's fucking stone cold. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think he's a lot like Shawn, where he gets the instructions in the back, and then poof, when he gets out there and it's gone.
Probably.
Austin was famous / infamous back in the day for getting a script and then just being like, "This is bullshit," and they'd be like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And he would always hit him with, "I don't know, not that bullshit." Where that's like the number one rule is you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to, if you don't like something, you have to have like
A
pitch an
backup,
alternative.
yeah.
Where he would just be like, "This is bullshit. What do you want to do?" I don't know, not that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
D-Ray says, I felt they had way too many promos with legends tonight, which bogged down the flow of the
There
show.
were a
And
lot.
I lost interest. Well, there was. And they brought a lot of these guys in because they're from the area. Not only that, but because a lot of them live there.
We had
Austin,
Stone Cold.
Taker, Michaels, Flair.
That might have been it.
Lesnar's not a regular, but he was there.
Yeah, but he's
I think that was about it.
the Ric Flair one was weird because it seemed like he didn't know they were live.
He didn't know they were filming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he was standing there. He's like, "You ready? Are you ready, guys?"
And then he was like, "We can go 5 more? Already?"
Woo!
Like,
It was,
and there was
it
just
was-
the
it was
weird.
uncomfortable.
There's a GIF of Chuck Liddell that's famous on like MMA message boards. Joe Rogan was like interviewing him live via satellite, and the camera was like, it was like back here, and like, there's that like delay. You can't hear what's going on until a couple seconds later, and Chuck's just like, and Joe is talking as they're zooming in on Chuck's face, and Chuck is just listening, but the shot is just like, and it zooms all the way in on his fucking face.
There's a video I saw.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It was like a news report, it's like one of those compilations of like news things, like meltdowns, and it was like a news anchor like live, and she like cuts to some woman out in the field, and she like her mic's not working, so she doesn't know, so she's like not even looking at the camera, she's just standing there, and you hear the guy, like there's some guy, like the director, and he's got a mic on, and he's like, "Get that dumb bitch off the fucking camera!" And like they cut back, and he's just screaming the whole time, screaming. It's so funny.
Hold on, let it restart. I'll just show the dance. You can't really enjoy it because it's too far away, but it's like, and like, look how far away it starts. It's like a fucking Tim and Eric bit. I wonder if I get close enough. It doesn't really play. It doesn't really play through the video feed, you know what I'm saying? Oh boy, Jace says sex can be a Toy Story too. Get it? Get it?
I get it. I
Do
like
you?
it. I like it. Yeah.
Alex Olson says, I want to talk about what girls can do and can't do watching Toy Story with the artist.
I think we covered this. Don't just look. Don't make noise.
Look.
Don't talk. That falls under the category of making noise. If you have to go to the bathroom, get up and go around behind me, but the movie will not be paused. That's it. And don't flush, because that's too much noise.
What if they take a million ass shit?
Don't shit. You're not allowed to shit, but you can pee.
I feel like you got a lot of rules. I don't feel like a lot of girls are going to want to hang out with you and watch Toy Story.
I don't care. There's someone out there who will. And that's the one I want.
You're a very demanding man.
Goddamn right. Girls like that though.
I don't think you should generalize like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what happens when people generalize. You make an asshole out of yourself. Did you ever see Slammin' Salmon?
No.
That's a big mistake. Big mistake!
Is it Toy Story? I don't want to watch it then.
Understandable. Let's get the fuck out of here. I feel like we've had a good show. What's this show called?
WWE Raw Talks Live,
What?
man.
Well, you got some of the danky Yarnum nugs?
Something like that.
What do we do on Wednesday? Pay attention.
The 616 Entertainment Podcast.
Who's going to be on this week?
I don't know. We
Yeah,
haven't done it yet.
We haven't we haven't recorded it yet because our plans didn't necessarily work out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing Friday?
Sometimes there's Let's Plays. I don't know what's going up this week though.
No, we're not doing Let's Plays yet.
What goes up on Fridays then?
Whatever I want.
Okay, then whatever.
Jay
So
says
it's a wild card.
Jace wants you to list your Toy Story rules on Tinder.
Okay.
You should
I'll do
really
that.
do
I'll do
that.
I'm totally gonna do it.
Don't walk in front of me. Alex Olson asked, will they have to pause if you go to the bathroom?
Yes, but here's the thing. I will not get up to go to the bathroom because I'm an adult and I know how to clear my bowels.
The camera got fucked up again.
Yeah, what is happening? It's the double tables, I think.
We always have double tables. It's just that it's on a weird angle.
There's something off tonight. I'm able to clear my bowels before I watch the movie, and then I don't suck down a bunch of liquid.
You peed like 4 times during Raw tonight.
I drank a lot of water today. But Raw has commercials, and I don't care about missing parts. So,
what if a girl messages you on Tinder and says, "Do you want to watch Toy Story?" And so you're immediately like, "Mom, I might have found the one." But then she comes over with a VHS tape that she recorded off TV that has commercials in it.
Toy Story, man. If she provides her own Toy Story, I can't complain about that. Beggars can't be choosers.
Where can the Dans follow you on Twitter?
At the artist 616.
Where can they follow me?
At IDS 616.
Danians, we love you. We hope you enjoyed this talk about WWE, Raw, Star Wars, the rules for watching Toy Story with the artist if you are indeed a girl. And we hope we're going to have you back next week. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. Are we going to cover Hell in a Cell on Sunday? Probably.
I don't know.
It depends on if I make any plans with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I make plans, I'm not doing it.
Okay. We got good friends now.
We've always had good friends.
I haven't.
Shit!
Oh, dude. You know what? I'm sorry I tried to put your head in this. This is going to be like...